right? But I'll tell you how I got the news. Right? I was in New York for shows in my brother's place, and I woke up and I saw 37 missed calls on my phone. Right? And I was like, oh, damn. I knew either my dad or my mom or my dog, one of them is serious or one of them is gone, right? And I was hoping it was not my dog. Stay with me, stay with me. It'll get funnier, it'll get funnier. Stay with me, don't be like my dad. So I was like wondering what to do. I was looking at my phone, and then an uncle called then, right? And I picked up and I said, hello. And he was like, and this is why brown people are the best when it comes to giving you bad news, right? I picked up and I said, hello. And my uncle was like, is this Vikram? I was like, yeah. He was like, Vikram, your dad is dead. That's it. No, are you driving? Are you fixing the roof? Nothing. And I was in shock because I just spoke to my dad a few years back, you know? A few days back, and I was in shock. So I was like, Uncle, what are you saying? I'm not understanding. I'm not following. He was like, you're not following? I'm like, no. He was like, okay, Vikram, your dad? Are you following? I'm like, yeah? Is dead. Did you get it? I'm like, I think so. And I couldn't process any of it. So I was like, Uncle, what should I do now? And he was like, Vikram, try crying for a couple of minutes. And I tried it, but our family is just not the crying type, right? And I felt bad that I couldn't cry because the day I heard Michael Jackson died, I sobbed like a bloody baby. And my dad has been nothing. My dad has been nothing but decent to kids, you know? So anyway, I had to go. And my uncle was like, after you cry, come back here, be strong for your mom. Don't be a bloody baby. Don't keep crying. I was like, okay, I just found out my dad died, but there are people who talk just like my dad, right? So I go outside and I had to give this news to my older brother, right? And it was on a Saturday around noon, and my brother was opening a bottle of champagne, and I was like, did this guy already get the news? And I was like, hey, Vignesh, stop, don't open it, I need to tell you something. He was like, what? And I was like, hey, I thought I'll follow my uncle's strategy, right? I was like, hey, Vignesh, dad is dead. He was like, where is the punchline? I'm like, I'm not doing jokes. I just got the news. Dad had a cardiac arrest. Dad died. Dad is no more. My brother looked at me and he was like, what should we do? I'm like, you can try crying for a couple of minutes. And my brother has never asked me this. He was like, hey, Vikram, do you want to hug and cry? I'm like, no, let's not do that. If we do that, Dad's ghost will come back and call us gay. So I'm like, let's go. We need to go be there for mom, do everything, right? And my brother is an asshole, right? Because he booked business for him, but he booked coach for me. So I'm walking, right? It was already a horrible day, right? It's the first death in the family. I'm walking to my seat, and guess who's sitting next to me in the seat? Baby. Exactly. Baby, right? And this baby was not crying, and this baby was 1.5 years old or something. This baby could talk, worst combination, right? Could talk, cry, I don't know what it's going to do, and it was already pissed off. This baby was fighting with his dad because the dad was not giving the iPad. The dad was like, your screen time is done. I'm not giving you the iPad. I'm like, just give the bloody iPad, right? And then towards the end of the flight, right, the parents of that baby got so pissed off with me, right? The baby didn't cry. I kept crying like a bloody baby. At one point, this kid was so bored because he didn't have his iPad, right? He tapped me on the shoulder and he was like, why? Why you cry, right? And then I looked and the parents were asleep. So I was like, I can get real with this baby, right? And I was like, my dad died. He's there. It's been a very tough day for me. That's why I'm crying. I'll never forget what the baby came close and told me. The two words. The baby came close and told me, hey, lucky you.